This episode of the Rendezvous with Ruth podcast is brought to you by Ruth Dorsainville, Lifestyle CEO Coaching. If you are looking to create a business that provides you the financial freedom to live and work from anywhere in this world, the Lifestyle CEO Coaching Program provides you the opportunity to create an online business that allows you to focus on the things that matter the most. Time. Time to connect with your loved ones. Time to travel and experience new cultures. Time to learn new skills. Time to grow your business. Coaching is the most valuable tool you can use. It is an investment in yourself, providing you with the highest return: happiness. The Lifestyle CEO Coaching Program will help you clarify and focus to start your own online business, help you leverage your time, help you hire the best team to get your business automated, and accountability to help you achieve anything you have ever dreamed. To help you get started, Ruth Dorsainville is offering you a free strategy session valued at $300. To get started, visit www.ruthdorsainville.com/thelifestyleceo.
All right, welcome to another episode of Rendezvous with Ruth. I am with my guest, Mr. Robert McKinley. Am I saying it right?
McGuinness. Like the beer. Like the
beer.
Yes.
It's much easier to remember now. So Robert McGuinness, like the beer. Now, Robert is actually a very dear friend of mine. I've met him. We go way back. I've met him 3 years ago. 4 years. Yeah, in New York City. We actually met at an event, a Tony Robbins event. I remember it was around Christmas time.
Yep.
And right now, I'm very excited to introduce Robert. Robert is not only the CEO of Soul Ventured, he's someone that specializes in anyone that feels that their career is going to a dead end, or they could be in their particular career right now, but they don't feel that they felt there's another calling for them to do, whether it's to take the entrepreneurial route or just to become or to do more with their life. So Robert, through his Soul Venture process, has a 3-step methodology that he will discuss with us in regards to how can you go from being in a job that sucks, that you hate, to finding what your calling is and waking up to that calling and walking that path. So without further ado, Robert, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, Ruth.
Well, first, we want everyone to know, who is Robert? I know that you mentioned that you're in Jersey, and that's where you are located. But tell us about your background. Who is Robert, and where do you come from?
Yeah, great question. So I'll start with the very beginning with my mom and my dad. So my whole life growing up, I kind of had like two polar opposite ends of my family. My mom was actually born in the Middle East, in Jordan, and my father was Irish Italian, a very small knit spiritual Catholic family. And growing up, my mom's side of the family, they pretty much came here with nothing. And all of her brothers, her 4 brothers, they all became really successful entrepreneurs. And so, like, growing up watching them become entrepreneurs, like, I identified as one very early on, in my life. And so I kind of had like these two polar opposite ends of my family. One side was a bunch of party animals and entrepreneurs, and the other side was like a small knit spiritual family. And so I kind of had this spectrum and this lens of being able to see like all different parts of the world. And so, growing up, I wanted to have a business. And very early on, I was 21 in college, and another experience where I was 24, where I had 2 business experiences. And pretty much, I got my teeth kicked in. I pretty much failed pretty miserably, and it was the best thing that happened to me. And I truly believe that I failed and things flopped because I went into business for the wrong reasons. I went into business for who I thought I was and not who I remembered myself to be. And long story short, I was living at home. I was broke. I was without a clue of what to do, and I had to support myself. So I ended up getting a technology sales role in New York City. And every day I had about a 3-hour round trip commute into the city. And the first 6 months I did really well. And then I would say right after that 6-month mark, it was kind of like that new car smell wore off. And every day I showed up to work, I just felt like something wasn't right. Something was off. I felt like my stomach would turn, my heart would race, my palms would get sweaty. Like I just felt like I didn't belong there. I knew I was getting this calling for something bigger. I didn't even know what it was. And every day I had a lot of time to think, right? I had 3 hours to think every day. And I kept asking myself this question. And the question that I asked myself was, what does this take? What would this take for someone to get out of their career and into their calling? And I went on a journey of self-discovery, of really uncovering that for myself. And I started working with people like Tony Robbins, Tony's mentor and right-hand man, Dr. Donnie Epstein, Dr. Joe Vitale, who was in the movie The Secret, other top psychologists and spiritual experts that I could really learn from around this topic of calling and what that really meant. And what I uncovered in that process was really a map, right? A methodology that I used to get out of my career and into my calling. And as I further went into deeper exploration around this calling that I was getting, it really has led me to my mission. And my mission that I'm here for is to really bridge entrepreneurship and spirituality together. And I believe that entrepreneurship, if done the right way, can and is the highest form of spirituality. Because if we're just in this awakened state and we have all this beautiful intelligence and wisdom, but we don't use it, we don't take it to the world, then it really goes to waste. And so I believe that entrepreneurship can be a vehicle where we're actually able to deliver our mission to the world, right? And to deliver our destiny and our purpose to the world. And essentially that's what we do here at Soul Venturers. We help corporate professionals, career professionals that are either feeling trapped in their career, or maybe they're okay in their career, but they know there's more. They're getting a calling for more. And either they know what it is yet or they don't know, but what they don't know how to do is how to navigate the journey. And that's where our map comes on in. It's a 3-step process that anyone in any industry can use to get out of their career and into their calling in a way that doesn't allow them to just drop their salary or their benefits plan. Because I can't tell you how many of my clients, they have a corporate salary, they have a benefits plan, they have kids. And their question is like, I want to do this, but I don't know how. And so the whole premise of the methodology is based on a syntax. And the syntax is that you need to clarify your mission and purpose first before we monetize anything, right? So like, and I'm sure you see this, Ruth, like how many early entrepreneurs get into business for the wrong reasons and they fumble early on because they're not aligned with their mission, or it's not aligned with their spirit or their gifts and what they're here to really do. And so the premise of the methodology is let's clarify that first, and we can do that around your career before you let that go. And then we start to monetize second, right? And usually at that point, the goal is to help them at least get to anywhere from 6 to 12 months of their expenses saved, with usually anywhere from 25 to 50% of their a salary being met through their calling. And then at that point, they can decide when they want to jump, right? Or when they want to leave. I never tell my clients when they're leaving, they tell me. And again, the whole premise is that like, if you're going to make this jump, you got to be running full speed. And if you're not ready to run full speed, that's okay. Then you want to be preparing to run full speed. And that's the whole essence behind the methodology. And that's how I've helped many of my clients effectively make this jump. So that's the long story short of who am I, what is it that I do, and how we do it.
Beautiful. Of course, there's a lot of questions that I have based on this answer. And I also want to let everyone know that I was actually one of your clients. I've actually used some of his methodology. And one of the things that manifested within a very short amount of time, because as you know, as he mentioned, he is helping people, whether it's career or and your methodology could help in many different aspects of life. Yeah. Right. And so when I used his services, I was focusing on relationship. Mm-hmm. And within a week, I swear, I manifested someone right away. And I remember that was really, really funny because it came so quick, so fast. And I'm like, wait a minute. I was able to have so much clarity. So I know firsthand that this services is amazing and your coaching is amazing. And again, what I love about your services as well is that it also helps people understand. And that's what I saw in one of your videos, that once you get through the whole, I want to get into business, and I know that you've had that as well in the past. Yeah. I want to go in business to gain more money. I want to go into business to have more power, or to wear the latest clothes. So once you get past all that, because that's not what your service is all about. Your service is more about connecting with your inner soul, right? Yes. So more in regards to, and also you mentioned as well when it comes to failure as well. So talk to us more in regards to failures, because going into the wrong business because of those particular reasons is part of why most people fail, right? Because if they go in when they have their true calling, then even though they with challenges, they will still get up happy. They will still get up knowing that they have a bigger purpose that they're moving towards, right? So, going to entrepreneurship for just the money component aspect as well. And also, as you mentioned, and I've also experienced that as well. You experience burnout, right? And you're unhappy, and you wonder, is that what life is all about? I decided to go in business for myself, but this is what I'm getting. So talk to us more in regards to how failure can also help you get back into the path of finding who you are.
Yeah, that's a great question. So I believe in this lifetime, and this is from my mentor, Dr. Donnie Epstein, as he says, we're either going to experience our soul or we're going to experience pain. And it's literally like, in my experience, it always comes down to those two. And this is the ultimate ultimatum, right? It's either soul or pain. And whenever we're not aligned in our soul, there's pain, right? And I believe that pain could be emotional. It could eventually become physical pain in some way. It could come aches in your body. There could be friction in your life, heaviness in your life. And what I believe to be true is that pain is angelic messaging, right? It's your angels, it's your guides, it's life showing you that you're here for something bigger. But the problem is that there's who we think we are and there's who we remember ourselves to be. And that's the premise of our whole journey. That's what really underneath the surface, what all of our clients are going through, is they're really remembering again. And so like, I needed those experiences to help me remember, right? I needed that pain to help me remember. And the big inquiry that Dr. Donnie Epstein says is that, like, can we experience remembering? Can we experience our path without the pain, right? Can we experience that without the failure? And I believe that absolutely can be true. And I believe that absolutely is possible, but it only comes through if you're willing to go through this journey of remembering, right? And committed to your journey of alignment. And so I believe that everything outside of us is just a reflection of everything inside of us. So if there's something in our life that just isn't working, what I have learned to do is I've learned to take it not personal, right? I've learned to look at it as like, wow, this just means that it just wasn't meant for me, and that's okay, because it means it's guiding me towards what actually is meant for me, right? And what is aligned with who I am, and what's aligned with my gifts, my mission, and my soul clients that I'm here to serve. And so when I was before I was going through my journey, when I was first experienced those two failed experiences, I had an identity crisis. I was lost. Like, I really was. It was a dark period of my life. Like, it was dark. Like, I had no light. I didn't know what to see. Like, I couldn't see anything through my tunnel. And I believe I needed that to then help me remember. But could I have avoided that? I do believe so, had I become present. Had I really listened, and maybe had I went into business for who I was really meant to be. And a lot of times people get into business one of the reasons why they get into business for the wrong reasons that leads them to failure. It's because usually they're coming from a wound. They're coming from a wound in their life, right? That it could be like wanting to fit in. Could be wanting image. It could be wanting significance. It could be maybe wanting money, right? Or material things, right? Or it could be that this is who you think you are, and you get into it and you're like, wow, this isn't working for me. And then all of that is going to give you a reflection back to you that's going to say, hey, here's who you really are. And all of it is a lesson. There's no right or wrong. I'm not making the failure wrong. I'm not making anyone's journey wrong, right? They're all just reflections and insights that life is just showing us at any time. And we can choose to accept the reflections, or we can choose not to. And either way, it's fine. It's all beautiful. We're all going to get there anyways, right? At some way or another. And so that's just some of my thoughts on failure and my experiences and what I believe to be true. And I think that is true, at least for almost all of my clients that may have failed in business in the past and that are retrying again as well.
Beautiful. Now, as you spoke a few times about Donnie Epstein, I've actually haven't had a chance to meet him. Many people referred me to him while I was in New York. And I think I tried calling once and he wasn't available, so I forgot about it. But many people that have used his services, I heard that he's able to, quote unquote, align you. Right. So, and your name of the company is alignment. So talk to us more in regards to how these types of alignment, the physical alignment, also help you with the spiritual alignment.
Yeah. Oh man. I mean, like, his work is unbelievable. I will totally go on a rant about his work, and I will praise his work to the heavens. I don't work for his company. I'm not affiliated in any way. I've been a client of his. I've used his work. I go get this work done weekly in my life. But I've just learned a couple things about it that I understand. And I'll just share some basics, which is pretty much what Donnie Epstein says is that the shape, tone, and pretty much resonance and structure of our spine is the shape, tone, structure, and resonance of our life. Right. And literally, we can literally change our life by changing our posture and the way that we hold ourselves. And really every structure within our spine is a pattern that we're holding onto in our life. So I don't know all the details, but the essence is that when you're being worked on, you're laying on a chiropractic table and they're able to just feel your spine. And what they can really feel is like what's really going on in your life and in your world based on the shape, tone, and structure of your spine. Again, I'm not a chiropractor. I don't work for the company in any way. I'm not affiliated, but I am a client of theirs and I've experienced their work and I do sing their praises to the highest. And what I can share, what it's done for me is that it has really helped me experience my higher power in a really deep way. And it has allowed my higher power to come through me and really allow me to gain way more clarity, way faster. And it's accelerated my journey. That's like the biggest thing that I can share. It's accelerated my journey. And as my journey's been accelerated, right, it's like I've been able to move through obstacles faster, right, because of the work. And it has just allowed so many things to manifest in my life. And, you know, even relationships like you and other relationships that I've had, right, that have led me to further get closer to like where I know I'm destined to be, right, in my life and in my heart. And I truly believe that the work has been profound for me. So, yeah,
beautiful. And I could actually testify because I remember when we met 4 years ago, I believe that's when you were working in the self component, right? Yeah. And then right away you went from, what you're teaching your client is actually what you went through as well,
exactly.
Right? Working in corporation where you were burnt out, didn't like it anymore, and took that leap of faith and decided to go into the entrepreneurship journey. And within 4 years, look at you, front page Forbes magazine, right?
Thank
you are living, breathing what you talk about, which is there's a lot of coaches out there, right? And we want to make sure that whoever you are working with, that they've actually walked the talk. Right, because there's a lot of coaches, it's a new thing right now. But what I love about your coaching is that you've actually went through this journey.
Thank you.
I think I really admire your work. And what I love the most as well is that you are speaking from an inner path, like an inner soul. And it's not just about money, as you mentioned, but it's about having it all. Right, money is not bad, right? So it's about having it all, clarity, path, and actually a roadmap on how to get there, which is what you're able to do.
Thank you so much. That means the world to me. And that's, that's what we do with our clients is like the first step in the journey is finding your path. And what finding your path is all about is about recalibrating the compass, right? We all, just like when we buy our phone, right? It comes pre-programmed with games and apps and coding. We came into this world pre-programmed with a knowingness, a bigness, an intelligence, and a guidance system or a compass. And if you look at our logo, which I love our new logo, it's a compass and a star. And literally, that's the essence of this journey is that we're further micro-calibrating the compass on the ground, which is us, and the star in the sky, which is your higher power or whatever you believe in, right? And we're further micro-calibrating that to come into alignment, right? And when that happens, then we find our path and we get to our path. And then what happens is that we see there's all these obstacles in the way. There's these trees, there's these boulders, there's all these things obstructing our view of having clarity. And what we do is we help heal the parts of ourselves that have forgotten, right? And when we heal them, we remove those things off of our path, and then we have clarity. We're like, wow, I see how to get from where I am to my kingdom, to my queendom, to my castle at the other end of the road. And now I'm ready to start walking my path. And what walking the path, as you just said, is about becoming the walking, talking, living, breathing billboard of your truth and your message. And as we become the walking, talking, living, breathing billboard of our truth and our message, what I believe to be true is that you will manifest and attract, and you will create circumstances and things in your life that will call in, right, your journey and what you're here for and what you're here to step into. And that's the essence of the methodology of how and what we're doing on a deep level. And like, I just truly believe that in today's economy and society that you got to stand out. You got to be unique. You have to bring your unique essence and space to the marketplace. And the only way to do that is to really embody your soul, right? It's to embody the intelligence, wisdom, and literally live that. And when you do, you'll have your unique message, your unique truth, what you stand for, right? Whatever business, whatever calling you're being called into, whatever impact you're here to make will come through you because of that happening.
I love that. And one of the things that I love as well about one of the messages that you teach is that you're comparing Buddha, Jesus, and everybody else and saying that they were a prophet of this time, and that each and every single person has it in them, right?
Yes.
And what I love as well in the message is saying it's that you are not promoting, but you're saying, yes, dare to be different, because they were different, because
Yes.
they were actually going through their calling and showing us how to live our life, right?
Yes.
So I love that aspect. And I would say, what would you tell somebody right now that's on the fence, that's saying, you know what, it sounds all good, but you know what, I've got bills to pay, right?
Yep.
I've got bills to pay. I've got to, I have certain things, I have responsibility.
Yep.
So it sounds all good, but entrepreneurship is not for me. Or I always want to do entrepreneurship, but I have responsibilities, and it's just a dream, and maybe one day, but this is just not for me. What's your message to them?
100%. It's a beautiful question. So a couple things. One is, if you're aligned in your career and your career is aligned for you, then God bless you. You found your calling, and that's beautiful for you, right? And this message probably isn't for you. But if you're in a career and you're getting a calling for more, there's more out there for you in some way, and you know that there's more, right? And as you're getting the calling for more, all we have to do is keep answering it by saying yes, right? Mm-hmm. So what's the next step, right? It's like literally a journey of taking the next step on your journey. So no one needs to leave their career right away to make this happen. But what you need to do is you need to start your journey. And what you want to start your journey by doing is clarifying, what are you here for? Going deeper into yourself. And then once you clarify that, take the time and figure out how can you figure out a way to monetize this. And ultimately, you're always going to have bills to pay. You're always going to have responsibilities, and you're always going to have this calling at the same time. You're always going to have bills. You're always going to have responsibilities, and the call is always going to be there too. So the call's not going away anytime soon. And the only way to get the call to go away is to pick up the damn phone and say, I'm ready, and say yes. So this journey is about saying yes, and it's about remembering who you are. And the soul venturer, right? That's an archetype that we've created. The soul venturer is the individual that continually says yes to the calling that life is giving them. They continually say yes to the calling. So I invite you to just keep saying yes. Say yes to the next step. You don't have to take the whole thing. You don't have to make the whole jump overnight, but take the next step and see what happens. And I promise you, you'll be thankful, and your children and your family will be thankful you did too. Beautiful,
beautiful. What would you say what would you tell your younger self if, let's say, if you were, 16, didn't know what you want to do in life? What would you tell your younger self?
Yeah, that's a great question. To honor my knowingness and to live my knowingness, because I had many signs that, when I was in the career that this wasn't for me, but I ignored the signs. Mm-hmm. And that's when more pain came in, because I was ignoring those signs. And so to honor my knowingness means to fully live my truth and really be bold, right? To be really bold and courageous and to step into that, because this journey of living from your soul is freaking scary.
It's beautiful.
It's scary, and it's a paradox. It's scary and it's beautiful at the same time. And it's hard and it's difficult at the same time. And there's parts of it that get to be effortless and easy, and there's parts of it that are hard. It's a total paradox. And as I further go through my journey, I'm just so grateful that I said yes, right? 5 years ago, right, to this, that I said I was going to get started on this, right? Because I said yes 5 years ago, I'm here where I am now. But had I not said yes 5 years ago, I would not be here talking to you. Right? So even if it takes you 20 years to make this journey happen, don't quit and get started and just take the next step. That's my biggest piece of advice.
Beautiful. I love that. Yes. Say yes and figure the rest out. You'll find resources. You'll check out the people that's going to help you along the journey. So that's beautiful. All right. Now, where can people find you if they want to get a hold of you? Where can they find you? And also, I believe that you have something for our podcaster. Listeners, sorry.
Yes. I have a little gift for everyone. I'd like to give the gift first. So the gift that I have for everyone is my private client guided meditation. It's a 15-minute meditation. The first 5 minutes is me explaining it. So it's total of 20, but the 15 of the meditation portion. And what we do is we're going to help you uncover what's the unconscious wall that you keep running into that's preventing you from taking the next step. And so if you just listen to the meditation every day, we recommend once a day for 5 days, you'll gain so much clarity in what is that next step for you and what that looks like for you. And so that's my gift for you. And you can uncover that gift at soul-venturer.com/meditation. I'm going to put the link in the chat here, Ruth, so you can share this with your...
Yeah, we'll share it with our reader. Yeah.
Here. And then for those that would like to learn more, and actually explore this journey and process with us, I would love to invite you to check out our website at soul-venturer.com. And on that website, you can learn more about our methodology, how it works. You can see some of our client testimonials and learn more about me. And if this is something that you're being called to, obviously there's a lot of things happening in the world right now with Corona, and there's a lot of economic impacts that are being happened. And, like I believe that there might have never been a better time for someone to leave their career for their calling. And if you would love to explore that, I would love the honor and privilege to chat with you in our mapping session. You can find the details on the website, and you can fill out the form, and you will speak with me directly. And we would love to guide you through your journey, and we're going to help you uncover what's the next step, what stage are you in, and we'll give you the best course of action plan for you to take. And if we feel like we're a fit for our program, we'll make a recommendation. And if not, no worries. We'll leave you in the best advice possible. We'll point you in the right direction, and our door will always be open to you. So beautiful,
beautiful. I would definitely add on that now is actually the perfect time. Now that everyone is at home, you could do two things. One of them is watch Netflix all day, right? Or the other thing is to invest in yourself, invest in learning, invest in finding out who you are. Right? And investing in making yourself happy, right? And you can only do so by doing the work, by investing in personal development. So thank you so much. So again, the website to visit Robert is www.soul-venturer.com. And for his meditation is www.soul-venturer.com/meditation. Thank you so much, Robert, for joining us. And let's definitely touch base. I'm going to look into the meditation. I'm going to need some meditation right now. So thank you so much for being a guest on the show. I wish you lots and lots of success. Congratulations on your Forbes magazine appearance. You've done all the work and you deserve all of it. So big hugs.
Big hugs.
Big hugs.
Yes, virtual
all
hugs.
Right. Thank you
so much for having
all right.
me.
Thank
Chat
you.
soon.
Enjoy your day.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Rendezvous with Ruth podcast show. For more information to help you automate your life and your business, please visit www.ruthdorsainville.com. Remember, success is in your DNA.